Good morning, students. Welcome back to online session on structured query language SQL. This is our fifth session, I guess. So, in our previous session, we discussed about the where class and the role of this where class in select command, and also we have seen uh, another important command, that is update command. So first we discussed where class and how we can use that where class to frame the condition in our SQL command. Isn't it? In our SQL query, to frame the conditions, we are using this where class. So where clause inside select command we have seen, and after that we have also seen the update command in detail. Okay. Update command, generally we set to update a particular record or a set of records, we are using this update command. So that update command to use, we said where clause is mandatory. So without where clause, what is happening? Yeah, when we are using the update command without this where clause, the complete table or all the records present inside your table, they are getting updated, isn't it? They are getting updated. So that is the reason why the where clause is having its important role in update command. So today we will discuss another important command of SQL, structured query language, that is delete command. So this is our yesterday's revision. We discussed where class, we have seen the syntax, and we have seen examples as well. So after that, operators related to this where clause we have seen, then examples, few examples on where clause using select command. Okay, using select command, because here we are saying all retrieve, isn't it? Retrieve only I have written. So to retrieve the records from a table, generally we use select query. So where clause inside the select query we have seen, select command we have seen. So yeah, we said the where clause is not only used in select statement, but it can also be used in update as well as delete statement. So here only we have concluded this where clause. So in today's session, yeah, the update discussion we have completed, update command. So we said how we gonna use this update command to update the particular field values present inside a record, or particular field values in multiple records, okay, using this update command that we have seen in our previous session. The examples I have shown how we can change the age of a particular employee, where ID is so and so, like how we can change the name and age of a particular employee where ID is so and so. Likewise, we have seen different examples related to this what we call uh, update command. Okay. Yeah, in today's session we said, I mean, if you don't use the where clause with your update command, what will happen? Generally the complete table will get updated, isn't it? All, or we can say all the records present inside your table will get updated. Okay, so that we generally don't want. I mean, whenever we are doing some updation, okay, that updation will be specific to a particular record only. We don't do I mean, the complete table update or all record update at the same time. So okay, so this thing you have to consider, and it is a warning. If you don't use the where clause, it will completely the update command will be applied to all the records. Okay, so then the delete command. So see, when we are writing the update command over here with where clause, so first what we are doing, we are specifying the table name. Okay, first we are specifying the table name. So this will get the table from the database. Okay, then we are specifying the fields to be updated. Okay, fields to be updated we are specifying using set, then the record. So this is table. Here fields are nothing but the columns, and here we specify the rows. What, I mean, on what rows you want this updation to be done. So we specify the rows. And if you don't specify, I mean, row specification we specify over here. Row specification we specify over here. And if you don't put this row specification, ultimately what will happen, or simply we can say, if you don't put this where clause, then what will happen? the update command will do this updation. Whatever updation you want to perform will do that updation on all the records. Okay, on all the records. So here where class, what it will do, it will make the rows specific, records specific. And if you don't put any specification on the records, the field updation will get applied on all the records. Fields updation will get applied on all the records. So this thing you have to understand. So then in today's session we see the delete command. So quickly I will wind up with the discussion of this delete command, and after that we will see one more important command, that is alter command. So delete and alter, these two commands we will discuss one by one, and I will wind up the session. Okay, so first of all, the delete command, and this delete command is used to delete the records from your table or delete the rows from your table. Suppose if you want to delete a particular row from the table, then we have to use this delete command. And this delete command, once again, it has to be used along with the where clause, because delete command will delete the records. What record you have to delete, how you specify, using this where clause only you make the specification about the records. I mean, what particular record or what set of records you want to delete from the complete table. To make that specification, we use this delete command. Sorry, we use this where clause inside the delete command. Okay, delete command, generally why we use? We use this delete command to delete the rows from the table. Okay, so if you don't put the where clause inside the delete command, what will happen? It will delete all the records, all the rows from the table. That we generally don't want, isn't it? We want a particular record to be deleted or a set of records to be deleted. That specification or that deletion specification about the records we specify with the help of this where clause. Inside the where clause, again we make the specification about the rows to be deleted. Okay, rows to be deleted within this delete command. So remember this one, delete command used to delete the records from the table. Without where clause, it will delete all the rows. That generally we don't want. So if you want to delete a specific row or specific set of rows, simply use this where clause to specify that specification. Okay, so here you can see the syntax. I think we are going in reverse. Yeah, here we have, okay, this is, I think this is a mistake over here. So I said over here the basic syntax of update query, here it has to be delete. Okay, the basic syntax of delete query with a where clause is as follows. So what we are writing, delete from table name where condition. So this is delete from table name. So delete from which table? The table specification it will make over here. Okay, because inside in the database we have multiple tables. So table specification, I mean from what particular table you want to delete the record, that table specification we make over here. But inside the table we have multiple records. So record specification also we have to do. So that record specification over here, where clause followed by the condition we do. So whatever records satisfy this particular condition or satisfy this where clause will get deleted from the table. Here the table specification and here the record specification within the table. Okay, so like this you can remember. So delete from table name where condition. So table name will select the table, and where clause, I mean condition, will satisfy the records to be deleted. So like this you can. Okay, so like this you can remember the delete command. So next, the example, see here, I want to delete a particular employee details whose ID is 1007. Okay, I want to delete a particular employee details whose ID is 1007. So how can? Simply delete from is the command, employee is my table name, and in that table I have different records. So how I can delete that particular record? In the sense, simply use where clause followed by EID is equals to, followed by the condition, EID is equals to 1001. So let me just open that SQL command prompt. So SQL, I hope this will open. Yes, click on this. So it get opened. So I will just increase the size to some 36. Okay, okay, I think it is okay. Here we got. So now what I have to do? Yes, I have to connect to the database first of all. Okay, connect. My database name is ISL this one, and my password is also same. Okay, I got connected to the database. Now you check how many tables we have. Only one table, that is EMP table. Now you check the content of the table. Select star from EMP. See, many people they are not taking this add-on course seriously. Believe me, you will struggle a lot if you don't follow these add-on courses, because many important stuff we are discussing. See, uh, when you attend the advanced training programs like Tableau and MongoDB and so, there you will face a lot of difficulty if you don't have these basics. See, here many important things we are discussing. Just take this stuff seriously and try to, I mean, attend this session and try to follow the course whatever we are giving as an additional. Okay, so here select star from EMP, and we have these many records into this table. And as I said, our requirement, I want to delete this 1007, okay, employee from my employee table. So what command I have to write? Simply, okay, delete is my delete from is my command, and from which table? Employee table. Delete from employee where EID equals to 1007. That's it. So this particular record I want to delete. This particular record with the name Raju. Okay, I want to delete this particular record from the table. So accordingly, I have written my query that delete from employee table where EID is equals to 1001. So when you hit the enter key, it will give you the message that one row got deleted. One row deleted. So to check, to confirm whether that row got deleted or not, once again select star from EMP. See, we are not getting any 1007 now. Okay, employee ID 1007, it got deleted. So I will delete one more record for our clarification. One more record I am deleting. See, deleting multiple records now because I have Ahmad name twice in my table. You can see e name Ahmad twice I have. So if I write a query, delete command, delete from employee where ename is equals to Ahmad. So what will happen? It will delete those two records from my table. So quickly you see that one. So what I'm writing? Delete from table name employee where class ename equals to, within single quotes we have to write because ename is a varchar2. Okay, AHMED. If ename is a string, so we have to put inside single quotations. So like this, if you do, how many records it will delete? It will delete two records because two records from my table employee are satisfying the where class. Two records from my table employee are satisfying my where class, so those two records will be deleted. So when you hit the enter key, see two records deleted, two rows deleted. So simply select once again to confirm that one. Select star from EMP. See, we got that Ahmad records deleted. So that is 1001 and 1009. Both the records got deleted. 1001, 1009. So, I mean, see, I told you that I'm not going to do the entries again and again. So after practicing this deleting a single record, deleting multiple records using delete query, or we can say here like this also. See, if you want to delete three records simultaneously, if you want to delete three records simultaneously, then you can use the in option where you can where you have the flexibility of specifying multiple values inside where class, isn't it? So see, I want to delete now Robert, Albert and John. Okay, so how many records totally? In total it will delete four records. It will delete because John, it gets repeated two times. John is here as well as John is here. So John, two records of John as well as Robert and Albert. Okay, two record, Robert and Albert. All these records I want to delete. So how we can? So two records of John, Robert one record, Albert one record. So total four records I want to delete. So how I can write the query? Delete from table name employee where class where what we have to write? Ename. I guess it will work, or I don't know. Ename in. Uh, First you write John. Okay, then I mean we are specifying multiple values for that ename. Okay, here John and Robert. Okay, then write Albert also, Albert. So like this. So hopefully this will get executed. So when you hit the enter key, see it has deleted 4 records from the table. So what those 4 records, in the sense, it has deleted 1002 record, because 1002 is having John as name. We are not giving any range over here. Using in, we are giving multiple values. Using in multiple values inside this where class for this ename to be satisfied. For this ename to be satisfied, we are giving multiple values. So here, how this complete query will be treated, in the sense, the first query, it is a combination of multiple queries. Delete from employee where ename is John equals to John. Okay, one more query is delete from employee where ename is Robert. One more query, delete from employee where ename is Albert. Likewise, it is a combination of 3 different queries. Delete from employee where ename is equals to John. Delete from employee where ename is equals to Robert. Delete from employee where ename is equals to Albert. So it is a combination of 3 different queries. So instead of writing three times a single query, what we have done, we have written only one short query, and we have specified multiple values for this ename, because every time we are writing ename equals to ename equals to ename equals to only, isn't it? In all 3 queries, we are writing ename equals to ename equals to ename equals to. So instead of doing like that, simply we have done this shortcut method. So specifying multiple values, we have an operator for this where class, that is in operator. So using this in operator, we have specified multiple values for this ename, multiple values for this ename. So now for John, why it has deleted 4 records over here, in the sense, for John we have 2 records, 1002 record as well as 1010 record. So these 2 records got deleted for John. And for Robert, we have only 1 record, that is 1003. It has been deleted. Okay, it is also got deleted. Then for Albert also, we have only 1 record, that is 1005, and it is also got deleted. So overall, 4 records it has deleted. So once again, I'm typing that query to check how many records we have. So after from this 7, we have deleted 4. So only 3, I guess. So now we are getting, see here, no John, no Robert, no Albert. Okay, all they are got deleted. Okay, all they are got deleted. So like that, you can take any of the field value as a reference, or any of the field value as an condition inside your where class to delete a particular record from the table. So hopefully we understood how to delete a single record and how to delete multiple records using where class. Okay, so different operators based on your requirements you can use. Okay, like AND operator we have, in operator we have, between operator we have. All these operators you can use inside where class whenever you feel there is a requirement. Okay, so yeah, as I said, I have deleted all the records from my table, and I don't want to commit this because I want those records to practice further commands or practice further things in our SQL. So what I have to do, so whatever changes I have done, simply I have to roll back, isn't it? So roll back, simply I am typing roll back to invert the changes, to revert the changes. Whatever changes we have done, to revert those changes, I'm simply using this rollback command. So now you type select star from EMP. See, I got all my records back. Okay, I got all my records back. So simply, in order to save the changes, what you have to do, simply type commit. Okay, that's it. Commit will complete, and whatever changes you have done, if you type commit, all those changes will get saved permanently. Okay, I don't want the changes to be saved, so that's why I have used rollback command. Hopefully you understood. So deleting multiple records, deleting single record from the employee table, we have seen. See here, without where clause, the delete command will delete all the records present inside your table. So that we have to practice now. So simply what we have to type, delete from EMP. So if you don't put the where class, because after this EMP, after writing the table name only, we are writing the where class. After writing the table name inside your delete command, when you are writing delete from employee, and we are keeping the where class, this entire thing is where class. And if you don't put where clause, what will happen? It will simply delete entire rows, complete rows, because you are not doing row specification. If you're not doing row specification, it will consider complete table, whole rows. I mean, all the rows present inside your table. Okay, so simply it will delete all the rows. See, all 10 rows got deleted. All 10 rows got deleted, and when I'm typing select star from, once again to check how, the content of my table. emp, it will display no rows selected. No rows selected. It has deleted all 10 rows. So without where class, the delete operator will delete, the delete command will delete all the rows present inside my table. So this thing also you have to remember, and it is a warning as I said over here. Without where clause, the delete command will delete all the records present inside the table. And the same thing it has done over here when we did the practice. Okay, so once again I am doing roll back just to get my columns back, rows back. So then select star from emp. See, I got my rows back. I'm doing commit now. Okay, commit complete. So all my rows I got it back and I saved permanently. So like this. So delete command simply to delete the rows from the table. With where class it will delete specific rows, and without where class it will delete all the rows. Okay, so then we have truncate table. So this truncate table, it is also used to delete the records from your table. Okay, to delete the rows from your table. But unlike your delete command, we don't have the flexibility to keep the where class inside this truncate table command. We don't have the flexibility to put where class inside the truncate table command. So what it will do, it will simply delete all the rows present inside your table. It will act like delete from employee command. Delete from employee, what it will do, as we are not specifying any row specification, it will delete all the rows. So here truncate table table name. The syntax is truncate table table name. It will delete all the rows present inside my table. All the rows it will delete present inside my table. It is similar to delete command or delete statement without where clause. It is similar to delete command without where clause. And moreover, you remember that we don't have the flexibility. If we insist also, we can't put the where clause inside the truncate command. It is simply used to flush your table. Okay, it is simply used to flush your table. Okay, simply what it will do, it will delete all the rows present inside your table. And moreover, you have to remember another important thing. See, whenever you see this table uh, keyword, whenever you see this table keyword inside your SQL commands, you have to remember that all those SQL commands are auto commit. Okay, auto commit commands. All those SQL commands are auto commit commands. That means whatever changes you do using those commands, those changes will be affected permanently as at the instance when you are doing. It will not wait for any commit command to type. Okay, it will not wait for any commit command to type. They are auto commit. Okay, they are auto commit, means without typing the comment also, whatever changes you are doing, those changes will be saved permanently. By default, those changes will be saved permanently. So just be sure whenever you are using this auto committable commands. Auto committable commands, see, commit in the sense saving, auto commit in the sense automatic saving, auto saving. Without your concern, changes will be saved. Without your concern, the changes will be saved by default by the SQL. Remember this one. And this truncate command, the difference between truncate command and delete command is truncate command is auto committable. Okay, auto commit command. So we when you are doing like truncate table employee, it will delete all the rows from that employee and you cannot get back those rows. Okay, you cannot get back those rows. So that is the why that is the reason I'm not practicing. I mean, we are not practicing this truncate command in SQL. If you want, you can practice, because I mean afterwards again you have to do the record entry. Afterwards, what you have to do, again you have to do the record entry, and that I don't want. I mean, it is a repetition of work, so I'm not doing that one. So simply the command over here, truncate table followed by the table name. What it will do, it will flush your table and it is auto commit, and it is an auto commit command. Okay, auto commit command, remember this one. And the I mean, already we have delete, delete command, and why we have this truncate command, in the sense the difference between truncate and delete. Okay, the difference between truncate and delete is the truncate table is faster when compared to delete table command. Okay, truncate table is faster when compared to delete table command, and it uses less resources than the delete command. Okay, internal resources whatever we need, because delete command, it will do row by row. First it will check whether is there any where class, and if there is no where class, it will check, it will delete row by row, all the rows it will delete row by row. But whereas this truncate table, the usage of resources is minimum, and it is faster when compared to delete command, and it will simply flush your table. It will not do the row by row deletion, it will simply flush the table. It will take the table to the created state. Okay, it will take the table to the new state, we can say. When you have not done any record entry, like that it will make your table. And there are other backup related stuff also there that will differ between the delete and truncate command. There are some advanced SQL commands. At that stage you will understand. So at the basic level, you simply remember that truncate command is faster when compared to delete command, and it uses lesser computing resources inside your computer. But whenever we are using truncate command, we have to be sure, because whatever changes we do using this truncate command, those changes are auto committable. Auto committable in the sense, even if we insist, we cannot roll back the changes whatever we have done with the help of this truncate command. Okay, those changes without your concern will be saved. Okay, will be saved, remember, like this. So there is again we have drop command, drop table command also, isn't it, to drop the table. The difference between drop and truncate is, drop table, it will not only deletes the internal rows, but also it will delete the complete table trace, complete table structure, whatever column, whatever definition we have, that complete definition will be deleted using this drop command. But whereas truncate, it will not delete the structure. The structure will remain, only the internal rows will get deleted. Remember this one. It will simply make your table as an empty table. It will not delete the complete table. It will simply make your table, the truncate table, it will simply make your table as an empty table. It will not delete the internal, it will not delete the complete table. Remember this one. But whereas your drop table, it will not only delete the internal rows, but also it will delete the complete table structure, complete table definition. After drop table, you don't have any trace of your table inside the database. But whereas truncate, it will leave the complete structure, complete definition, and it will only delete the internal rows of your table. Remember this one. Okay, so that is the difference between truncate and delete, and truncate and drop. Okay, these three tables we are using in order to delete the table itself, in order to delete the table. Okay, and how it is deleting, either it is deleting rows or it is deleting specific rows. Delete command to delete specific rows, truncate table to delete all the rows, but structure will be there, structure will remain intact. But whereas drop table, it will delete not only the internal tables, not only the I mean internal tables, but also the definition or structure of the table using drop table command. So like this. So we'll go to the next slide, and we'll see we have the alter command. It is also one of the important command inside your SQL. See, we are discussing many commands, so that is the reason why I suggest you to write the running notes of my videos, especially in this SQL, because many different commands we have, and after some point of time you will forget all. If you do the regular practice, means they will stick into your mind. But if you're not doing the regular practice, I suggest you to write in a notebook so that you can have a quick reference in future. Okay. Yes, alter command, what it will do, it will altering in the sense modifying or changing. Okay, you have created some table definition. Okay, you have created some table definition like with 4 columns, and after some point you thought of adding more columns to it. Okay, you thought of adding more columns, so that kind of flexible. Adding rows, we have insert command. Okay, deleting rows, we have delete command. Updating rows, we have update command. All these things we have discussed related to rows only, but nothing we have discussed related to columns. So adding new columns, deleting new columns, changing the name of the columns, all these things. Adding in the sense, new columns will get added. New columns will get added into the table. Removing the columns in the sense columns will get removed from your table, existing table. Okay, and changing, I mean modifying. Okay, see over there we discussed three: insert, update, delete. Insert will add new rows. Okay, insert will add new rows. Delete will remove existing rows. Update will change existing rows. Update will modify existing rows. Insert, delete, update. Here only one command. Alter. Alter command will do all this. Changing, I mean, in case of rows, three commands, but in case of columns, only one command. Alter command. Alter command to add the new columns. Alter command to remove the existing columns. Alter command to change the name of an existing column or change the data type, because when we are talking about a column it will not only have the name but also the data type. So changing the name and data type, both the things we do with the help of alter command only. And one last use of this alter command, that is to change the complete table name. Simply to rename a table also we use the alter command. See how many different usage we have with this alter command. Okay, the first one to add new columns, then removing columns, removing existing columns. Third one, renaming the column name. Fourth one, modifying or changing the data type of the existing column. Fifth one, changing or renaming the complete table name. Renaming the table name. See, all these one by one we discuss, and with that we conclude our today's session. Hopefully. See, alter command. The alter table command is used to add, modify, delete columns in an existing table. It is also used to rename a table. It can also be used to add, drop various constraints. See this, after a discussion of the constraints, SQL constraints, it is, another advantage of, another important usage of this alter command will come to know. Okay, we will come to know. That is, it can also be used to add, drop SQL constraint, various constraints on an SQL table. You have SQL table, to add an existing SQL table, to add a constraint, to remove a constraint, or to modify an existing constraint, we use this alter command only. So for now, what we do, how to add the columns, how to remove the columns, how to modify the columns. These three things we discuss, along with how to change the name of a table using alter command. That also we see. First one, adding a column to an existing table. Adding a column to an existing table. We already have employee table. Okay, we already have employee table, and in that table we have 4 columns, isn't it? Like EID, ENAME, EAGE, and ESalary. EID, ENAME, EAGE, ESAL. 4 columns we have. So now suppose if I want to add the address column to that one. I want to add an address column to that one. So what I have to do, I have to use the alter command, and the syntax over here to add a single column. To add a single column, the syntax over here is alter table. Alter table, and it is an auto commit command because we have table keyword over here. You can see it is an auto commit command. Okay, alter table, then you give the table name. Okay, then you give the table name, another keyword add we use because we are adding the columns. Alter table, table name, add column name, new column name, whatever new column you are giving, column name followed by the definition. Okay, so as I said, to an existing table employee, we are adding column name address, which should be of type varchar2 of 20. See, whenever we are talking about columns, changing the columns or adding the columns, column we cannot do like your rows. Column, when we are adding, it has to come with data type. It has to come with data type, isn't it? So address followed by data type. These three things you have to specify inside the command. Command is alter table employee add address varchar2 of 20. So that I will add and I will show it to you. So quickly select star from employee. See these many 4 columns we have inside this employee. So see, now from now on we are not dealing with internal rows, isn't it? We are not dealing with internal rows, rather we are dealing with only columns, because alter command completely works on columns. So how to check the columns? Columns along with data type. So see the description of the table. So desk followed by the employee. See the desk followed by the employee. So how many columns we have here? We have 4 columns, that is EID of number, ENAME of varchar2, EAGE of number, and ESalary of number. So now what I said, I want to add a new column, address, which is varchar2 of 20. Varchar2 and size will be 20. So how I can alter table? I have to use alter table. Table name is employee, and what I am doing, I'm adding the column. So add column name is address, data type varchar2 of 20. So like this we put, and hit the enter key. So it will, what it will do, it will add that address column to your address column to your employee table, address column of varchar2 type to your employee table. Hit the enter key. See, table altered. So simply check whether it got added or what. So description employee. See, along with that 4 columns, it has added another column, that is address. Address varchar2 of 20. It has added. So I cannot roll back that one. See, I am showing it to you. Just change what I have done using alter table. I cannot roll back that one. So roll back complete. So now once again, describe employee. See, the address, it is existing. Even I have done the rollback, it is not deleting. I mean, it is not removing that recent change. It is not removing that recent change. And moreover, see, you have done some regular queries. You have done, I mean, without table keyword, you have done some 10 statement execution. Okay, 10 statements like select command, insert command, normal queries, update command, delete command, you have executed. Those are not auto commit command, isn't it? Those are not auto commit commands. After executing like 10-20 non-auto commands, even if you execute one auto command, what it will do, it will not only save the current change but also the previous existing unsaved changes. It will not only save the currently whatever change you have done, it not only saves that one but also the previously unsaved changes, whatever waiting, those also get saved. So this is using the auto commit commands. It is very much cautious you need to be. First you have to see how many unsaved, I mean how much unsaved data you have, whether it is of important or what. So whatever you don't need, simply roll back, and whatever you need, simply commit that one, and after that you execute this auto committable commands. Okay, after that you execute this auto committable command. So here address gets added by using this alter command. Okay, then adding multiple columns. If you want to add multiple columns, here we have added only one column, but if you want to add multiple columns, okay, if you want to add multiple columns, the syntax is very simple. I mean, previously whatever syntax we have followed, that same syntax we follow, but previously we have not used this parenthesis because we were having only one column to be added. But now as I have multiple columns to be added, you have to use this parenthesis, and in between that parenthesis you have to specify all column names followed by definitions. Column names followed by their definitions. Definitions are nothing but specifying the data type. In C language we have seen that one. Definition, variable definition is nothing but specifying the data type. Okay, column name, column definition, column name, column definition. Likewise, up to n columns you can add. There is no restriction on that one. Okay, so you can add up to the maximum limit of your columns using this alter table command. So now I will add 2 more columns using that multiple syntax. Adding multiple columns syntax, I will add 2 more columns. So how I can? That alter table. Okay, table name is employee. Adding 2 columns I'm adding, so I have to use parenthesis. Use the parenthesis and add house number, which should be varchar 2 of 10. Okay, then street you add street, and it is also varchar 2 of 10 I am taking. Then add another one. City you add city, which is varchar 2 of 10 you, like this you add 10, close. Okay, 10 and close the parenthesis. Three columns I have added, not 2, 3 columns I have added. That is house number, street and city. 3 columns I have added, and 3 are of varchar 2 10. Okay, 3 are of varchar 2. They are strings only, so I'm adding varchar 2 of 20. Okay, so like this, when you hit the enter key, see, table altered. It will not give how many columns added or how many columns removed. It will simply give a simple message that table altered. So it is an auto commit command. So simply check the description about the table employee. See, it is listing three more. After address, how many I have added? House number, street and city. Those three I have added. So like this, you can execute the alter table command to add multiple columns to your existing table. Adding multiple columns to an existing table. So alter table to add multiple columns at a time. Okay, then dropping, removing the columns from existing table. Okay, so now how many columns we have here? We have multiple columns like address, house number, street and city I have added. See, for already existing columns we have the entries like EID, ENAME, EAGE, ESalary, we have the entries. But for this address, street and city, we don't have any entry. So if you see, select star from EMP, it will list. Like this it will list because it is it is going the table structure, it is taking more space than my screen. Okay, it is going more wider than my screen. So all these are employee IDs, all these are employee names, employee ages, employee salaries. But address, as you can see, we don't have anything. Address, here also nothing, here also nothing, here also nothing. Likewise, same thing for house number, street and city. We don't have any entries in my table. See, when you are removing or when you are dropping a column from the table, when you are dropping a column from the table, it should not have any values, any associated values in the table. Okay, it should not have any associated values in the table. In that particular column, you should not have any values. Then only the alter command with drop column will work. If you have any associated values, it will give warnings. Even then you can delete, but it will give warnings because there may be chance that you have dependencies between the columns. One column is dependent on another one. Let us say salary column, like TADA column we are having inside a employee table. Your basic salary, TADA, gross salary. So gross salary column, automatically what we have to do, we have to make that gross salary to depend on TADA column as well, isn't it? So if you have such an interdependency, you cannot delete a column which is having already existing values. So you can delete, but it will give some warnings. It will give some error messages to you. Okay. So what columns we can delete? The completely empty columns only we can delete from the table using alter table drop column command. Alter table drop column command. Only the empty columns we can delete. So now see the syntax very simple over here. Like alter followed by table. This alter command, always it will come with table keyword. Alter table, give the table name like employee we have to give over here, and then drop column as it is, it will come because it is a keyword. Okay, drop column followed by column name. Column name is something, yeah, city I have added now, so that city I want to delete. So CITY, like this. You can, here you can see the example. Alter table employee, drop column city. Drop column city. So what it will do, it will simply remove that city column from my table. So that command I'm typing over here, alter followed by table emp drop column city. That's it. What it will do, it will remove that city column. So first we will see the description about the table. Description uh, emp, it will list that okay, column followed by the data types. So now what I have to do, I'm trying to remove that city column from my table, the last column from my table. So how I can? Alter to table emp drop column city. Alter table emp drop column city. That's it. What it will do, it has deleted that column, it has removed that column from your table. So simply see description of emp, it has deleted. Already we have the entries for EID or ename. Let us say ename I want to delete. I just want to show that it will not allow you to delete. Okay, alter table emp, or maybe it will delete, we will see. Okay, then drop column, I want to delete E8. E8. Okay, at the end you put semicolon. See, yeah, it is deleting. Okay, it is deleting. Drop command, I guess it will delete, so it is deleting. So again, description about emp, yeah, it has deleted that EH, as you can see. Not only empty columns, but also the columns which are having fields, it is deleting that one also. Okay, remember in that way. So it is deleting both empty columns as well as the columns which are having some fields, okay, field values. Those columns also you can delete using this alter command, and they are auto committable command, so I cannot get back that EH. Okay, so simply if you type rollback, we'll just see whether we are getting or not. So again, description emp, yeah, we are not getting that one, it is already deleted forever. Okay, it is auto committable command, so it has deleted that EH automatically. So now we have these many columns. City I have deleted, then what I have deleted? Yes, EH I have deleted. EH I have deleted, and here city I have deleted. So two columns we have deleted. Okay, that is that's how you can delete the columns from the table. Not only a single column, multiple columns also you can delete. Okay. Yeah, this thing we have discussed. This thing we have discussed. Adding a column, adding multiple columns, dropping a column. Okay, then modifying a column. Okay, modifying a column type. I think this I kept in the. Okay, something is missing over here. Maybe I have not saved. So adding a single column, adding multiple columns, then after command to dropping a single column. Okay, modifying a column type, multiple column types, renaming a table. Okay, many things missing over here. Okay, anyhow, we'll discuss whatever we have in today's session, and if there is something missing, we'll see in next session. Okay, in our next session. So how we can, I think already it is more than an hour, 46 minutes, so we have some time, so we will discuss this one. Okay, so what I said, alter command, then we have discussed adding a column, adding multiple columns, dropping a column, and I think dropping multiple columns it is not possible. We'll simply see. Okay, let us say I want to delete house number and street, so alter, deleting multiple columns. Okay, dropping multiple columns, basically alter table emp. After that, what I have to do, alter table emp, drop column of, we will see whether it will work or not, house number comma street. I want to delete two columns now, street, house number comma street. When you hit the enter key, it is giving error. Okay, table spelling error it is giving, table. No, no, we can't delete. Okay, we can't delete multiple columns simultaneously. Adding multiple columns it is possible, but deleting multiple columns it is not allowing me to do. Okay, deleting multiple columns we can't do. So that is the reason why I went to see, before modifying a column type, we have changing the column name as well. That we will see in tomorrow's session. So modifying the type is nothing but, see, whatever content, I mean whatever data type you have for a particular column name. Okay, for a particular column, whatever data type you have, that data type you can change. Okay, that is nothing but modifying the column type. Okay, how you can do that is very simple. First you have to use alter. Okay, alter table. Okay, you have to do alter table, give the table name, then modify, this keyword you have to use, modify, then column name, column type, column name, column type. Like this you can modify, like this you can modify. See here, house number I have taken as varchar 2 column type. Okay, here many mistakes are coming in this way, in this one. So okay, so what I have to do, simply modify keyword I have to use along with what we call mm, alter table command. Along with alter table command, I have to use modify keyword in order to modify the column type. So it is very simple. See here, I will show you the description about the table. Description employee. See here, how many columns I have here? Like 6 columns I have. EID of number, say of number, e-name varchar2, e-salary varchar number, and address varchar2, house number varchar2, and street varchar2 we have. Suppose I want to change the type of address. Address it is having, or type of house number. House number column we have, right? House number column. The type we have varchar2 over here. I want to change the type of that house number column to let us say number. So that how we can do in the sense, simply alter table. Table name is emp followed by emp, then modify. Okay, modify followed by what we have to do, modify column name and type house number to number of some 6, let us say. So again, table mistake, table, yes, table altered. So what I have done, previously we were having this house number as varchar2, as you can see over here. House number data type we were having varchar2. So I have changed the type of this particular column name, house number. Okay, so again, description about emp. So this is what we have done. Changed the type of house number to number of 6, that we have done over here. So changing the name of the what we call changing the name of the column, it is also we can do like this using this command, alter table, table name, rename column. Column name, rename, how we can do, rename column keyword we have to use along with the alter table command. Alter table, table name emp, renaming the column, rename column. Okay, rename column house underscore number 2. I want to make it as door underscore number, house number to door number I want to make it. So alter table employee, rename column house number to door number. That's it. House number to door number. I have changed only that much. Alter table employee, rename column house number to door number. Hit the enter key. See, table altered. So now that house number, it got renamed to door number. Description about emp. See, you can see now we got door number. Okay, how to change the type using alter table command. Alter table emp, modify column name and new type, like that you have to give. Then how to change the column name, in the sense alter table emp, rename column we have to use, rename column house number to door number, like that you can do. Then finally, changing multiple column types also possible. At the inside a same statement, you can change multiple columns. So now what I do, address varchar2 we have, right? So address also I will make it as number, and door number it is number, right? So I will make it as varchar2. So it is very simple. Alter table emp, rename column of. Okay, rename column, sorry, not rename column, modify yeah, like this we have, right? Okay, modify of, here you can put, first I want to change the address varchar2, which is we are having, right? Address to number. So address number of some 10 comma, after that I want to change street to sorry, door number to varchar, door underscore number varchar2 of 10. So like this we can modify multiple column types using the single alter table command. Okay, previously we have seen how to modify the single column type, but now we are seeing multiple column types. Multiple column types, how we can modify, in the sense like this. Hit the enter key. See, table altered, again you describe emp, hit the enter key. See over here. So door number we have changed to varchar2, and address we have changed to number. numerical. Previously it was varchar and it was numerical, and we have just changed. Okay. So now the final command which we do practice over here is renaming the complete table name. Okay, renaming the complete table name using alter command. Okay, alter table, table name, rename to new name. Rename to we use. Okay, it is very simple. Over here you can see what alter table followed by table keyword, give the old table name, then rename to keyword we have to use followed by the new table name. So right now what table name I have? Employee is my table name, isn't it? We will go to tab now. Select star from tab. My table name is employee. I want to change my table name to employee, complete employee, like that I want to change. Okay. How I can? Alter table, old table name employee. Okay. After that, yeah, you can hit the enter key also here. It will go to continuation. Second line it is asking. Like this also you can do. Okay. Rename to new table name. EMPLOYEE. Like this I have changed. Okay. You can type the complete command in a single line, or how I have shown in the syntax, you can type the command in multiple lines as well. So whenever you are hitting the enter key before giving that semicolon termination, it will wait as the second line. The control will wait as second line. So I have written the command in 2 lines now. The 2 indicates line number 2. Okay. Alter table employee, rename to employee. See, table altered. Table successfully altered. So once again you check. Yeah, select star from tab. See here, employee, the complete. Previously it was EMP. Now I have renamed it to employee, like this. Okay. There is another optional way of changing the name, that is using rename. Just rename followed by old table name to new table name. Okay, employee, I want to make it back. Okay, employee to EMP. Like this also you can. First we have changed from EMP to employee using alter table command. Now we have another command, that is rename command. It is also used. Rename command simply to change the complete table name to new name. So here table altered, table renamed. Over here you got table altered because you used alter command, but here it is saying table renamed. Okay. So again you check, select star from tab. See here, employee only we got. So using rename, using alter, both the ways you can change the table name. Okay. So see, alter table we have seen for different purposes: adding a single column, adding multiple column. Okay. Modifying or removing a single column. We cannot remove multiple columns using alter table. We cannot remove multiple columns. We can only remove a single column. Okay. Removing a column, that we have seen. Then modifying the type of a single column or modifying the type of multiple columns, that also we have seen. Renaming column, a single column name, that we have seen. Then renaming the complete table, that we have seen. And renaming the complete table using rename command, that also we have seen. This is the conclusion of today's class, we can say. So we have discussed, first we started with the what command? The delete command. First we started with the delete command. Delete command, we have seen how we can delete the rows from a table. So single row, multiple row, simply by using where clause we can delete. If you don't put the where clause, it will delete the complete table. Okay, complete table entries. Inside complete rows we can say. It will not delete the structure. Then we have seen the difference between truncate. Then we have seen truncate command. After delete, we have seen the truncate command. Okay. Then we compared delete truncate, delete drop. Okay. Likewise, we have done. After that, we started alter command. Alter command, different purposes we have seen. Hopefully, you understood. There are some mistakes in the PPT. Hope you will understand and hope you will consider. Next time, I will upload this PPT to my blog with changes. Okay. I will upload this PPT to my blog with changes. Hopefully you understood, and you will do the assignment, whatever I will give. And attendance, it is a mandatory thing. As I said many times, attendance is a mandatory thing. And after completion of every course, we'll do the assessment, like how I put that 8 student details in my blog. Definitely they will have some kind of advantage, believe me. Okay, at the time of assessment process, we considered those students and whatever effort they have shown, whatever work they have done, definitely it will not go vain. Okay, definitely we will consider and will give some advantage to them. Okay, whether it may be in terms of marks or whether it may be in terms of awarding, whether it may be in terms of giving some privilege, definitely they will have. Okay, okay, thank you very much, students.